If a lead comes in at 6 o'clock on a Friday night, I've gone home. My team has gone home, and we were missing, really good opportunities. Like for instance, in our Clark Street Homes, our flip business, someone would fill out a form and say, "Hey, I want to sell you our house." And we wouldn't get to it till Monday morning. By the time I got to it, they'd already met with 2 or 3 investors and the deal was dead. It was gone.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil, and today I'm joined by someone I'm looking forward to chatting with, Ed Mathews, who has created Clark Street Capital, a multifamily firm for real estate investing, as well as Elavista, which is an AI tech for real estate investors. So excited to have you here today, Ed.
Thanks, Michelle. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. So yeah, let's dive in. First off, for those not yet familiar with you and your work, can you share what you're up to these days?
Yeah, so I'm Ed Mathews. I run Clark Street Capital here in Connecticut. I spent about 24 or so years in the tech world working for a whole bunch of Silicon Valley companies, most of which you've never heard of, but that's okay. And, on the side, I started building a real estate portfolio back in 2011. And got to about the end of 2017 and had enough with the 150 nights a year business travel, and decided that real estate, we were going to jump headfirst into the real estate business, because the portfolio had basically gotten to the point where it was replacing my W-2 income. And so we did. And have been full-time with Clark Street Capital since February of 2018. So it's just, about 8 years. And so we've been doing this quite a long time.
Yeah, definitely. And so is Clark Street Capital just local to Connecticut, or do you work like nationwide?
Yeah, so we have done deals outside of Connecticut. We've owned property in Vermont. We've owned property in North Carolina. We have since kind of pulled all that back, and I am now big fish hunting. So we're looking for properties, in the 50 to 150 unit range. We're also developing quite a bit of land right now. We have a 58-acre development cooking as we speak here in Connecticut, and kind of just taking what the market gives.
Awesome. And can you expand a little bit on what it is that you guys are focusing on right now, like whether that's solving or scaling to the next thing?
So right now, we're focused on a 58-acre development that is a combination of development lots that will be single-family homes, as well as a solar field. And we're actually flipping the house that actually exists on that property. And I'm in the market for large multifamily right now.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Based in Connecticut, I think is where we're pretty well focused these days, although I do see deals from all over the country. I'm one of those guys that I like to, I'm also a general contractor, so I like to be able to go out and touch the building, at least once a week and make sure that things are moving the way they should be moving. And so, yeah, we stay pretty close to home these days.
Awesome. And what would you say are some of the main keys that make the biggest difference in allowing your business to be able to grow and run smoothly?
Yeah, so being a recovering technology guy, I find that I'm very system oriented, and so we use technology quite liberally, AI as well as just traditional tech to run our business. And I view technology as a force multiplier, and so it allows us to grow, to run our operation way more efficiently. It allows us to grow. It allows us to manage risk probably better than most folks, and it allows us to, quite frankly, see opportunities that a lot of our colleagues don't see because we're able to see a volume that our competitors don't necessarily see and process those deals, and also be able to stress test them and figure out where there are opportunities. And we use technology for all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say has been like an obstacle or a big pivot that you had to make as an investor that now looking back, you can see like the bigger lesson?
Yeah. So 3-4 years ago, I was all in on multifamily, and I still am. I still believe in the asset class. The challenge was that I was having these conversations with property owners and sellers, really, and it was 2024, 25, and I was getting 2020, 2021 pricing. And, the typical conversation of, I will gladly pay your 2021 price if you give me 2021 terms, which means 3% and not the, 7-ish%, that 7 or 8% at that point, that is, the reality of debt cost. I need 2 points spread between my debt cost and the cap rate I'm going to acquire. And so, or at least a visibility to get to that place. And if I don't see that, then there's no deal. And so having, sellers understand that if they were looking to sell, they probably should have sold, 3-4 years ago, not today.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now you're working on Elavista. How does that kind of flow with your business? And what was the kind of spark of that creation?
Yeah, so I'm a huge believer in virtual assistants. In fact, our entire back office is run out of the Philippines with a phenomenally talented group of people. But the problem is that they require sleep. And so, they're on the other side of the world. So they're literally 12 hours difference in terms of timeline. And we try to manage that as best we can. But, the fact is that if a lead comes in at 6:00 on a Friday night, I've gone home. My team has gone home, and we were missing, really good opportunities. Like, for instance, in our Clark Street Homes, our flip business, someone would fill out a form and say, "Hey, I want to sell you our house." And we wouldn't get to it till Monday morning. By the time I got to it, they'd already met with 2 or 3 investors and the deal was dead. It was gone.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And that happened enough times where it kind of ticked me off. And, again, the way we think is how can we apply technology and systems to solve the problem? And basically we built a tool that I affectionately call Katie, who is my oldest daughter. But Elavista Connect is a lead automation tool that whenever someone hits our website, fills out a form, they get a phone call back within 30 to 60 seconds. And the AI has gotten to the point where it can carry a realistic, natural conversation, ask all the right questions to qualify the lead, and be able to determine if that is a motivated seller or someone who's just, kicking tires, or, someone who needs help. And, within about 60 seconds, we're able to diagnose that person's situation and see if we can figure out if we can help them. And if we can, then a meeting gets set on my calendar, and I know I get a notification on my cell phone, 24/7, 365, as to when my next meeting is with that person. And so I'm able to be probably the first person that they speak with. And usually if you're the first person there, and we sincerely go out there and try and do our best to help, whether we buy the property or not, we get our unfair share of deals now. And so it solved a really big problem for us. And so I was using it for our companies, and I showed it to a couple of buddies, and they're like, we would buy that. And so I gave it to them just to let them kick the daylights out of it and see if they could break it. And so that was actually a really useful exercise because we were able to really improve the solution. And about a month ago, we released it into the wild, and now it's available commercially as Elavista Connect. And so we've got a whole team here that is, building and evolving the tool even further than it is now. But, right now it solves a really big speed to lead problem for real estate investors. And that's all we do is real estate investor support. We're not selling this to, dentists and med spas and things like that. This is a real estate tool.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that you used
Fun.
A challenge to create something.
Yeah, just when I thought I was out of tech, it pulled me back in. So
Yeah. Yeah. And so what are some of the main features of this that you would say make it super unique?
So Katie is a natural conversationalist. Michelle, if you hit one of our websites and you fill out your information, on average, it's about 35 seconds later, you're going to get a phone call from Katie. She sounds just like a human being, although I feel ethically we have to disclose. So she lets them know, hey, I'm an AI agent. But the fact is that they have a conversation with Katie. Katie asks them all the questions I would ask if I were on the phone with that person. And she figures out pretty quickly if we can help. And when we can, her next move is to make a decision about whether they get to meet me in person or we do a Zoom call first to figure out if there's a way for us to either help them or acquire the property from them. And so everything's automated. It happens, in a matter of a minute or two, and it solves a problem for our end client, the person, the motivated seller, and it solves a huge problem for us because now I'm no longer missing those leads. And we pay a lot of money to drive leads, right? Between search engine optimization and lead programs and our own direct mail and all the other things that we do. The last thing I want to do is waste that money. And there was a time where we were wasting a pretty big chunk of that money because we just couldn't get to the calls. And now that problem's solved.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, awesome. And so how are other real estate investors implementing it? Are they like using it in the same way? And is it something that, it's just like a pretty easy service that people can sign up for?
Yeah, great question. So I try, and when we build systems, I met with this guy and fascinating. I interviewed him for my show, Real Estate Underground. His name's Nick Huber, and he's pretty big on Twitter. And one thing he said to me during that interview that really stuck with me is, our job as leaders of a business is not to hire A players all across the board, because in a lot of cases, those humans don't exist, right? Our job is to create systems that an average person can walk in and succeed at. And so you don't need to be a technical genius to be able to set this up. When you sign up for Connect, there's what's called a wizard, and basically it's a step-by-step process. Asks questions, you give it answers that you should know off the top of your head, and it automatically sets everything up. It connects to your calendar, and you can be up and running in a matter of about 5 minutes.
Awesome.
So it's what I like to call in my house Ed proof.
Yeah. And is this like connected to Clerkstream in any way, or they're separate?
They are separate companies. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I run both of them. I guess I'm the connection.
Yeah.
But different teams, different people, entirely.
Awesome. And so what would you say are like some of the biggest opportunities that you are excited about, whether it's with the new companies or anything that you're looking to capitalize on in real estate?
I still fundamentally believe in real estate, and that's across multiple asset classes. We're evaluating. I'm sitting here evaluating deals in the flex industrial space, land. We're looking at flips. We're looking at value add multifamily. I'm looking at Class B multifamily deals as well. I'm even looking at a multifamily development deal right now. And so I see opportunity all across the board. But it's got to meet our buy box and our criteria. And so we're, very disciplined in terms of how we approach those deals, and, making sure that the returns are commensurate with what our investors, our partners are expecting. The 12, 16+% IRR is still, the standard metric that we operate to. I think the days of, 20+% are probably behind us for a little while. But, we've gone back to a traditional, multifamily return model. And I think that is really exciting, because there's a whole lot of people on the sidelines, and that just presents us with opportunities, because fewer competitors means, in a lot of cases, we're able to get a better deal.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm obviously really excited about the Elavista thing, mainly because it's a really cool, useful tool that doesn't take a lot to get going. And actually, we were able to do it very economically as well. So it doesn't cost a lot either.
Awesome. And so, what advice would you give to investors, maybe those that are newer in the industry?
So I think the so I mentor a whole bunch of people as well. Um, I've been blessed with mentors, and one of the things that they had always said was they didn't really want anything from me other than for me to succeed and ultimately to pay it forward. So that's what I do. And when I meet with somebody for a cup of coffee, I always joke I'm a cheap date, right? If you pick up the phone and call me and ask me, hey, can I have 15 minutes of your time to talk about a deal? I will do that. If I've got the time, I will do that all the time, right? It's just fun. And I love seeing people succeed. And, the thing that, I always tell people is, stick to something you understand, right? If you're just starting out, then start small, right? Aim small, miss small. And so, maybe not buy the 200 unit apartment building as your first deal. Maybe buy a 4-family instead and see what it's like. Because it's you're dealing with human beings and where they live, and it's hard. This business is difficult, and so you need to work out your systems. You need to work out your policies, and it's better to do that with a much smaller property than a much larger one. The other piece of advice I would give is, actually, it's kind of two-pronged. One, get a mentor, get somebody who will throw an arm around you and tell you the 19 ways you're screwing up and how to fix them. And also don't spend, massive dollars on training. Yes, there are entities out there that will charge you, 10, 20, 30,000 plus dollars to teach you everything you need to know about real estate. But my response to that almost always is yes, that training is worthwhile, but it's also something you can get from an Audible account for $15 a month and a mentor and your local RIA. And so that, $30,000 that you're spending on training is actually your down payment on your first deal. So take a breath and, seek out the help that's right around you instead of going and buying a mentor for tens of thousands of dollars. And
Absolutely.
and for those folks out there, if you can't find one, call me. At the end of this, we're probably going to tell you how to reach me. So
Yeah,
I'll do it for free.
absolutely. Great advice. Thank you. And yeah, before we start to wrap up here, if people do want to connect, learn more, reach out, where can people find you and connect with you?
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about Clark Street and the projects we're working on and our new debt fund, that is clarkst.com, clarkst.com. If you want to learn more about Katie and the technology that we've built, that's elavista.com. That's elevista.com. And I'm Ed at clarkst.com. Email me and, we'll certainly do what we can to serve you. And I'm Ed Mathews 4 on everything social media, so I'm very easy to find.
Awesome, Ed. Thank you. Well, appreciate your time and your story. Thanks for being here.
Of course, Michelle.
Great. And for those listeners tuning in, if you got value, make sure you have subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators like Ed who are building real businesses, and we will see you all on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.